stock value, that is your X, right? Direct proportion. Remember direct proportion, 3 parts out of your total stock is 6,000. How much is X? That is your total stock. So direct proportion, how can we solve? We can cross multiply. Yeah. 3 into X is equal to 6,000 into 40. Okay. 3 into X is equal to 6,000 into 40. So 3X is equal to 6 into 4 is 24. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 240,000. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. X is equal to 80,000. Now, what is this 80,000? This is the value of your total stock in the company. So we'll write it down carefully. Therefore, total stock is equal to rupees 80,000. Not difficult. Okay, direct proportion. 3 out of 40 is equal to 6,000 rupees. How much is your total value? Okay. There is another way. I'll show you that also. What are they asking you to find? They're asking you to find the total stock value. So we'll keep that as X. X is equal to total stock. Okay. I'll show you the same thing in a little different way. You can try to look at that as well. So we are saying we are trying to find out X. What is that? Total stock. So we know 3/40ths of the total stock. That is 3/40ths of the total stock is equal to 6,000 rupees. Isn't it? Isn't it what we did? 3/40ths of the total stock is equal to 6,000 rupees. We are trying to find out what is X. It's going to turn to the same thing over here. 3 into X is 3X over 40 is equal to 6,000. Take the 40 to this side. What do you need to do? Multiply by 40 here, multiply by 40 here. Right? These are simple stuff. By now, grade 8, 9, you should know this. So this 40 will cancel. 3X is equal to 6,000 into 40, 240,000. Divide by 3, divide by 3, X is equal to 80,000. What is X? Your total stock. So X is equal to 80,000. Same answer you're getting. So you can do it using direct proportion, or you can use it as an equation and find out. Okay, I'm giving you 2 options. You can do both ways. All right, guys? Right? Any questions? Any questions? Please feel free to ask questions. Right? We are here. It's not going to, it shouldn't be a one-way traffic where I'm just blurting out for 2 hours. You can ask me questions, and I prefer if you can talk instead of sending messages. Sometimes I might miss the message. Yeah, can you just, can you allow them to talk? Yeah. If you need any questions, you can speak up for today, right? Okay. Right, second question done. Going into question number B. Question number B, it says, it has been estimated that 12 employees will take 7 days to produce the above stock of cosmetics. So this 80,000 worth of cosmetics can be produced by 12 people if they work for 7 days. Okay. If it is required to produce twice the quantity of this stock, that means twice of 80,000 in 8 days time. So they want you to do it in 8 days time. due to an urgent order. So because there was a special order, they had to work double the amount. They had to produce double the amount, but with a limited amount of people and time, right? How many more such employees need to be engaged for this? Careful. The word how many more? You already have 12 employees. How many more do you need in order to complete this task? That's the question, right? Careful. So let's work this out. They are saying if 12 men work for 7 days, so magnitude of task is number of men, 12 men into 7 days. It will take them 84 man days to complete this task, right? To complete the work. Then they are saying if it is required to produce twice this quantity, so we'll calculate that also. Twice the quantity. How much is that then? We know 80,000 is your stock. We want 2 times that. So twice of 80,000 is 160,000 worth of stock has to be produced. Okay, 160,000 worth of stock has to be produced. Okay, right. So we can take this 160,000 twice the quantity. We can take it 2 times this. It's the same thing. 2 times of this. Right? Instead of using this 84,000, 160,000, we'll take 2 times this quantity. Right? So then I'm just going to don't just keep this as a in mind. You're taking twice that quantity. So how much is this? 2 into 84, which is 168 man days. Okay, 168 man days of work has to be completed. That's their task. That is twice the amount of work, right? Now they are saying how many men are needed to work for 8 days to complete this 168 man days of work, right? 168 man days of work. How many people are needed? So how much is that? Therefore, number of men we don't know. If they work for 8 days to complete 168 man days of work. Okay. So what is this X? Number of employees. How many days are they going to work? 8 days. Total amount of work is 168 man days of work is needed to be completed. So X into 8 is 8X is equal to 168 divide by 8, X is equal to 21 men. How many men are needed? 21 men are needed. Okay.
So man or employees?
Right. Now, the question they're asking is, how many more employees are needed? You already had how much? Already had 21. Now you need 21. You already had 12. You need 21 men. So the difference is the number of men needed to complete this work, right? So therefore, what do you say here? Number of men needed, number of more men required is 21 minus, you already had 12 people. So how many more needed? You need 9 more needed. This is your final answer. Number of men required, more men required, 21 minus 12 is equal to 9.
So we want to write man or employees.
Excuse me, sir.
So we did that. 168 divided by 8. Ayumi? Ayum. Ayub. See, so we are doing that, no? 168 divided by 8, and we are getting that. I'm showing you the working, huh? I'm just showing you the working. You should know this. Good. Right? This working, finally you come to that part, 168 divided by 8. But to come to this, you need to know the basic theory behind it, the steps behind it. That is what I'm showing over here. Okay? Ayub, good question. Well done. So we have to word employees, right? I'm sorry, what did you mean by that? We have to number of more men required. The word more men is the important part. More men is very important. That is what you need to find out at the end. Don't leave it at 21 men. You won't get full marks. Don't leave it at 21 men. You won't get full marks. You have to find out how many more men are required. Okay. So that is equal to 9. Okay.
Sir, a small request.
Right, please take this down. Guys, remember, there will be the recordings will be sent to you by Saturday. So in case you miss out, yes. So that's what we said. Number of more men required, I'm writing it as this. Yes, you have to write it. Definitely. You have to write that.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
This is more than enough. Or even if you write 9 more men required, that is also okay.
Excuse me, sir.
So some people are talking, but I don't think you can hear them. Is it? I'm sorry.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, go on, please.
Why 80,000 multiplied by 2, sir?
80,000, that is the amount of work that we need to double it. They're saying twice the amount of work has to be produced, isn't it? What is the value of stock that was there? 80,000. Twice of that is 160,000. That's what I showed. But you don't need to take that into your working. This does not need to be taken into the working. Only this has to be taken into the working. I'm just showing you the amount of work that they need. They need twice that quantity.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. Thanks. Good question. Anybody else? Okay, right. So the recordings will be sent to you all in 2 days' time. So you can use that link and view it in case you have missed out anything. Right.
Excuse
We'll go
me,
on
sir.
to question number 2. If there are no questions to be asked. Okay, let's go on.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Any question?
They
Any
have
question?
said to find the employees, right?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
They have said to find the employees, right? Is it fine if we write men days? They have said to write about employees, right? They have said to write about employees, right?
Yes, yes. The number of employees. Yes.
Is it fine if we write men days?
Can you repeat that again? You're not very clear. That's the problem. I'm sorry, but you need to repeat that again.
They have asked how many much more such employees needed. Is it
Correct.
fine if we write men days, just men days?
Not men days, they want employees, number of employees more, no? So you have to show the number of employees who are required, not the man days is the work, the task. But what they are requiring for you to mention is how many more people are required from the existing to complete the work. Right? So how many more people are required is what? 9 more people are required. That you have to mention. You can write it like this. Number of more men required is 9. Or you can just say 21 minus 12 is equal to 9. More men are required. You can mention it that way also. Okay. Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
No problem. No worries. Okay. Good. Let's go on to question number 2. I'm sorry because it was not very clear. That's why I had to ask you a couple of times. Please excuse me. Okay. Right. Question number 2. Again, area question. The figure shows a flower bed consisting of a right triangular plot of land ABC. So question number 2. There is a right triangular plot of land which is A, B and C, and a semicircular plot of land with BC and its diameter as its diameter. BC is your diameter. There is a semicircular land over here which is BC, right? Take 22/7 as the value of pi, right? Okay. Question they're asking you is find the length of AC. So what is AC? This length of AC. They're giving you AB as 21 meters and BC as 28 meters. Right? Right? And they are saying there is a hint. What is the hint? They're giving you a clue. They're saying 28 is equal to, this is the hint. They're saying 28 is equal to 4 multiplied by 7. That is this. 4 multiplied by 7 and 21 is equal to 3 multiplied by 7. That is this. Okay. So 3 multiplied by 7, 4 multiplied by 7. Right? They're asking you to find AC length. Now, normally what we will do, we will use the Pythagoras theorem. What is the Pythagoras theorem? Used to find the length of a right angle triangle when two sides are given. Right? So here AC is your hypotenuse, AB and BC are the two adjacent sides in the right angle triangle. So ideally what we would have done is AC squared is equal to 21 squared plus 28 squared. That is what the Pythagoras would have done, and we would have found out the value. Little bit of work, but we can find out using the Pythagoras here. But what they are doing is they are giving you a small hint to make things a little easier. So what are they saying? This 28 is equal to 4 into 7. Right? 4 is an important value. 21 is equal to 3 into 7. So you get 3 and 4 here. That means what? Your AC side also is going to be x into 7. Right? X into 7. Now, what is this x going to be? Remember in Pythagoras theorem in grade 11 lesson, we learned something called the triplets. Yeah, Pythagorean triplets. So the Pythagorean triplets, if you can see, if this is 3, this is 4, then this has to be how much? 5. Right? Using the Pythagorean triplets, we can find out x or what the value of AC using the hint given to you, that is this, to find out AC length. So therefore, we can say x is equal to x is equal to 5 multiplied by 7 is equal to 35. Right? If you go ahead and use the Pythagoras theorem and find out x and replace it here, AC is going to be 35. Right? I'll just do the calculation for you. AC squared is equal to AB squared plus BC squared. Right? AB squared is what? 21 squared. BC squared is 28 squared. So 21 squared is what? 21 into 21. Yeah, 21 into 21 is how much? I'll just use a quick calculator to save some time. 441. 28 squared is 784. So 441 plus 781 is 1225 is equal to AC squared. So AC therefore is square root of 1225. So square root of 1225 is how much? If you use don't use calculator, I'm just using it to show you guys. 1225 is going to be equal to 35. Okay, so you can do using that method as well, the long method, but they are giving you this for a reason, the hint, all right, to know your knowledge of triplets in Pythagoras. So 4 into 7 is 28, 3 into 7 is 28. So 4 and 3 and this 5 are going to be the triplets, Pythagorean triplets. It's an easy way to find out the answer in a very short method. Okay? Right. So that is question number 1. What is AC length? Going on to the second question, they are saying it is required to build a fence around the whole flower bed. Find the length of this fence. So what is the whole flower bed? AB, BC, AC. Right? We already know AC. How much is AC? 35. We need to find BC length. BC is your arc length. So arc length is what? Arc length of BC. Arc length of BC is how much? How do you find arc length? Half into, that is theta over 360 into 2 pi r. Right? So 2 pi r is 2 into pi. What is your radius here, guys? What is your radius? Radius of your semicircle. BC is your diameter. Radius is 14 centimeters or 14 meters. So into 14. Okay, find arc length first. So this 2 and this 2 will cancel out. This 7 and this 14 will cancel out. You have 2 here. So BC length is 44 meters. That should be your arc length of your BC length. Right. Question not over. They want you to find the perimeter. That means they want you to find the total length. So perimeter therefore is, or we'll say total length, since they want in that word, we say total length is equal to, total length is how much? 21 plus 44 plus 35. So 21 plus 44 plus 35 is going to be your total length of the fence, right? 1 plus 4, 5 plus 5 is 10. 1 plus 2, 3 plus 4, 7, plus 3, 10. So your total length of the fence is going to be 100 meters. That is question number 2. Okay, right? Then third question, find the area of the semicircular portion. Area of this. Area of semicircular portion is what? Third question, area of semicircular portion is, how do you find the area of a semicircle? Again, theta over 360, that is half multiplied by pi r square. So pi is 22 over 7, r is 14. So 14 into 14 is going to be your formula to find the semicircular portion area. Okay, simplify. 2 divided by 2 is 1, 22 divided by 2 is 11, 7 divided by 7 is 1, 14 divided by 7 is. Any question, please? Okay. 11 into 2 is 22 multiplied by 14. So 22 multiplied by 14, you will get 308 square meters. So that is the area of your semicircular portion, right? These calculations I'm not doing, but please do it. You need to show the working. So quickly, 22 multiplied by 14 is 308, yes. So you need to do the working, do the vertical multiplication on the side and get your working done. When you're practicing at home also, just to save time, don't go and use a calculator. It's absolutely not going to help you out when it comes to your exam. You have to practice by doing the calculations on the paper. Do not touch the calculator, keep it away. Just you might think, okay, I'm going to save some time, I want to do it. But then that is the worst thing that you guys can do, because you're not going to have a calculator in your exam. Right, so you need to practice the time when while the calculations also while you're doing the questions. Right, okay. Going into the fourth question. It is required to add a rectangular plot that is of area equal to the area of the semicircular portion. So they are going to add a rectangular portion which is going to be equal to this. So what is the area of this semicircle? 308 square meters. Okay, they're going to add a rectangular portion with AB as a side outside the triangular portion. So where is the AB here? Outside here. That means they're going to add a rectangular portion onto this side of your triangle. You followed? They're going to add a rectangular portion with AB as one side and to the exterior of the triangle. Okay. Draw a sketch of this rectangle with its measurements. So we know this rectangle, one side we already know. How much? 21. That is there. We need to find out this side of the rectangle. This side of the rectangle, we have to write the measurements. Okay. So we know how to calculate the area of a rectangle. Area of rectangle is what? Length into breadth. And the area of this rectangle that we have here is equal to the area of this semicircular portion. Okay. Area of this rectangle is equal to the area of this semicircular portion. So we'll just write that down. So area of rectangle is equal to area of semicircle is equal to 308 square meters. Both of them are equal. Right. So they're asking you to draw this sketch with the measurements. So that means we need to find out this length. We know area of rectangle is calculated as length into breadth. So area of rectangle already given to us. How much is that? 308 square meters is equal to your length. We don't know. Length we don't know. So I'm going to take it as x into your breadth, which is AB, is equal to 21. Very simple, easy, right? So 308 is equal to x into 21, which is 21x, divide by 21, divide by 21, x is going to be how much? 308 divide by 21 is 1 here. Okay. So how much is that? 98 divided by, how much are you getting there, guys? 308 divided by 8 is, you're getting 4 here. That is 84. This is 140 divided by 21. You will get 6 here. So 126. You get another 14 here. So 14.66 is going to be your length, right? So 14 point, I'm just going to take it as 14.66 centimeters, sorry, meters, which is round it off to first decimal place. This is 6. So we'll round it off to the first decimal place, 14.7 meters. Okay. Please round it off to one decimal place. That's easier to work with. So 14.66, 6 is greater than 5. So you add 1 to the first decimal place here. So 14.7 meters. And then show that in the diagram. So you need to show this 14.7 meters is the length of the rectangle. Okay. You have to do this calculation and then show it in the diagram, otherwise you might lose marks. But they were very clearly are telling you to show it in the diagram with measurements. Okay, so please mention it over there. Any questions?
So doubt. So doubt.
Yes, go on. Go on. Go on.
On the third question, the third one. No. On the paper, the interest rate.
Okay, no. We have not come to the interest. We'll come to that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hold on. Right. Now, guys, see, this has been going, we have been doing from January or from June all the way up to now. We have gone into November, another 3 more months. And I know some people have got used to this. Sometimes it might be boring, but guys, these are things that you need to do day in, day out. I'm not telling you for a joke. It's very serious. I keep telling my other kids who are there, who've been there with me right throughout for the last 5 months, I tell them, please don't leave till the end of the class. Yeah, because recordings are not going to be, are useful only in a dire strait right at the end. If you have no option, then only you go and look at the recording. But you need to look at the live class. You need to be there right throughout And this is the most crucial part, the last bit. We are going to do 3 seminars in January, going to cover up a lot of questions in January. So this is going to build up to help you do those questions in January, right? And my humble request is that you guys don't leave. You wait right throughout the class. Don't depend on recordings. Recordings, yes, we will give it to you. That is just to support what you have missed in your live class. That's what we want you to do, right? And I'm very grateful to all the guys who have been with me for the last 5 months. After telling this over and over again over every class, they actually got used to it and they wait for it right till the end, because even the last question is a very important question. Okay, right. Okay, guys. Now, so just want to remind you just regarding the payment structure. The structure is people who have paid in full already completed. You guys don't need to worry about it because you guys are covered all the way up to end of January, right? People who are in the monthly payment scheme, you know the class fee is 2,000 per month. So you've been paying 2,000 every month. The team has decided that if you want to convert it into a full payment scheme, you can now. So that means either you would have been paying November, December, January 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, which is 6,000, but you can convert that into a full payment at once, and that will be rupees 5,000 for the next 3 months. Okay, so there is a discount of 1,000 rupees, which is given to people who are paying in full. So you need not worry about that. Okay, and your tute also, if you are paid in full, then you will be getting the tute couriered, printed and couriered to you to your doorstep if you pay in full. If you don't pay, if you're going on a monthly basis, then we'll be sending you a PDF every week, right? And the advantage of paying in full is you can access your previous lessons as well for the whole month. Okay, right? Previous lessons which you have missed, the first maybe or the second one, like that, you can go back and access those lessons. Okay, anything else to be added? Yeah, for the new people, guys, as I told you, a good question. I'll just reiterate that. If you're a new student, you have 2 methods of payment. One is the full payment for the next 3 months, which is going to be 5,000 rupees. And with the 5,000 rupees, you will get your PDF printed and sent to you. The tutes will be printed and sent to your house. So you need not take a printout every week. That is one. Secondly, you'll be able to access your recordings. Is that correct? With a link. Yeah, within the month. Right. So that is the advantage of that. And it is coming at a lesser price. If you are paying monthly, you have to pay 6,000 for the next 3 months. And if you pay in one bulk, you will get your printed material to your doorstep. It will be sent to you by courier, as well as it will be at 1,000 rupees less than what you would have had to pay if you are paying on a monthly basis. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. So if any questions, please, my WhatsApp number is here. Right. You can always send me a message and I can help you out with that. Okay. So feel free to talk to me and I can help you out. Any other questions? Any other questions, guys? So can we go on to question number 3? Right. We'll go on to question number 3. Right. Question number 3. there is a small heading on top. It says there's a company, the price of a share is 50 rupees, dividends of rupees 2.5 rupees per share is paid annually. So what is share price? The price of a share when you buy it in the stock market, right? And what is a dividend? Dividend is the return on investment. So every share that you buy in a company, the company, when it makes a profit and when they decide to pay something back to the shareholder, you're a shareholder. Why? Because you're holding a share in that company. Every share that you hold, they are going to give you something back, right? They will give you a certain amount for every share that you have with them, and that is called a dividend, right? Here they are saying the price of Sundara company is 50 rupees, dividends of rupees 250 is paid per share annually. So every year, for the amount of shares that you hold, you're going to get a certain amount of money. Aruna invested 60,000 to buy shares in the above company. First question, how many shares did he buy? So easy. Question number 3. First one, number of shares is equal to how much did he invest? He gave 60,000 rupees. Each share is 50 rupees. So 60,000 divided by 50, 6,000 divided by 5, you're getting 1,200 shares. So this is the amount of shares Aruna bought in that company. Right? That is your first. Second part of the question, they're saying after receiving dividends from the company at the end of a year. So he's getting dividends. How much is he going to get? 2 rupees and 50 cents for every share that he held. How many shares is he holding? 1,200 shares. Aruna sells all the shares at 55 rupees per share. 55 rupees per share. He's actually getting a profit on this. Why? He bought it at 50 rupees. Now he's selling it at 55. So we call that capital gain, right? There is nothing to do with capital gain over here. But what is capital gain? When you sell your shares at a higher price than what you bought it at. You're making a profit on every share that you buy. That is called a capital gain. If you buy a share at 50 rupees and sell it at 45 rupees, that is called a capital loss. Why? You're selling it at a lower price than from what you bought it at. So you're losing money. That is called a capital loss. Okay. How much does he obtain in total as dividends and from the selling of all the shares? So this is the total amount he is going to get. Let's calculate that. First part, dividends. How much is he getting as dividends? 1,200 shares into 2.5 rupees per share. Right? So 1,200 into 2.5. Let's quickly calculate. 1,200 into 2.5. 0, 0, 10, 6, 0, 0, 4, 2, 0, 0, 0, 10, 3. How much is he getting? 3,000 rupees as dividend income. Getting 3,000 rupees as dividend income. Then they are also saying he's selling at 55 rupees per share. So what is the sale of shares? So sale of shares is 1,200 at 55. So 1,200 shares at 55 rupees a share. Let's see how much he's getting for that. 1,200 into 55. 0, 0, 6,000. 0, 0, 0, 6,000. Is getting 66,000 from the sale of shares. So rupees 66 thousand is getting from the sale of shares. So the question they're asking is how much does he obtain in total? So what is the total amount is 3,000 plus 66,000, which is 69,000 rupees. So that is your second question. Okay, easy, not difficult, can do. Right? Then third question they're asking you is Aruna deposits the total amount he gets in a bank for 1 year. If he receives 3,450 rupees as interest from the bank for the year, what is the annual interest rate the bank pays? So what are they saying? He takes this 69,000 rupees, puts it in a bank, and for the 69,000 that he deposits in a bank, at the end of the year, if he gets 3,450 rupees, what is the rate of interest that he is receiving? So what is the formula to calculate this? How do you calculate interest? Interest is calculated as deposit value into interest rate. What is interest rate? It's a percentage, isn't it? So interest is equal to deposit value into interest rate over 100. Now they are saying he is getting 3,450 as interest. So 3,450 is equal to, what is your deposit value? This is the amount you put in the bank, 69,000. So 69,000 into interest rate, we don't know. That's what, sorry, excuse me. That's the amount that they want you to find out. So that is X over 100. Okay. 3,450 is equal to 69,000 into X over 100. X is equal to 3,450 into 100 divided by 69,000. Because we want to keep X here, take everything else to the other side. Normal equation, right? So 2 zeros cancels, 2 zeros cancels, this 0 and this cancels. So 345 divided by 69. So 345 divided by 69 will give you 9 into 5 is 45. 6 into 5 is 30 plus 4, 34. How much is your answer? X is equal to 5%. That is your interest rate. So your interest rate is equal to 5%. That's what they're asking you to find. Okay. Take that down, guys, quickly. All right, let's go on. If any questions are not there, we can go on. Can we go on? Any questions, people? Any questions? Yeah, right. Okay, let's go on. Right. Fourth question. In a bag, there are 10 coins of two types as follows, which are identical in shape and size. So there is a type A coin and there is a type B coin. So type A coin says 7 fair coins and type B coin is 3 coins with head marked on both sides. So head marked on both sides is type B, right? So they are saying in question number 1, they are saying a coin is drawn at random from the bag, complete the following incomplete tree diagram to this, right? So question number 4, first one, they are saying there is type A coin and type B coin, right? Type A coin and type B coin. What is the event you are doing? Drawing a coin. So you're drawing either type A coin or type B coin. Type A coin is what? A coin which is a fair coin. There are no bias in it. It's exactly equal in size and shape. Type B is, it's 3 coins with head marked on both sides. Normally a coin has a head as well as a tail. But here both sides are heads. So it's going to be a biased coin, right? Not a fair coin, right? They are saying complete the diagram relevant to this. So we know total number of coins is 10. If you were to draw a coin A, the probability of drawing coin A is 7/10. Probability of you drawing type B coin is 3/10. That is your first part of it. Okay, that is the first part. Second part of this, they are saying the coin which is drawn is tossed and the side which falls up is observed. So you're going to toss the coin now. So the second event is tossing coin, right? You're going to toss the coin and you're going to observe in which side it's going to fall. So they are saying extend the tree diagram accordingly and include the relevant probabilities. Okay. So if you're tossing type A coin, probability of you getting heads and probability of you getting tails is 50-50. No? If you toss a coin, you're going to get either 1/2, which is half for heads, and for tails also 1/2. That is the probability of getting a head or a tail. In type B coin, right? Type B coin, you getting a tail is going to be nil, 0. Why? Because you only have heads on both, right? So the probability of getting a tail is going to be 0, and probability of you getting heads is what? 2/2. Every time you toss the coin, both sides are heads, so 2/2, which is the same as 1. You understand? Be careful with this, how you put this. Most people miss out over here. Okay, so the heads part, 2/2. For tails, you don't have anything. All right? That is your question number 1 and 2. Part A of this question. Part B of, third question. Third question, they are saying, find the probability of obtaining a head in the above experiment of drawing a coin and tossing. So what is the probability of you getting a heads? So if you toss a coin A, probability of you getting heads is this. So all of this, right? When you toss a coin B, the probability of getting a heads is this. So this, right? They are independent of each other, right? Remember when we did probability, getting a coin here is independent of this. It does not affect what happens here, right? So they're asking you, what is the probability of obtaining a head in the above experiment of drawing a coin and tossing, right? So probability getting head. What is the probability of getting head? 7 over 10 into half plus 3 over 10 getting into 2 over 2. Okay. That is your second one. So solve it. Right. So solve this. This is going to be 7 over 20 into 6 over 20. Why am I giving 2 over 2? This is half. This is equal to 1. So 7 in, sorry, this is plus. 7 over 10 into 1 over 2 is 7 into 1 is 7. 10 into 2 is 20. Plus 3 into 2 is 6. 10 into 2 is 20. Denominator same. At the numerator, 13 over 20 is your answer for question number 3. Okay, probabilities. Right? Please mark it like this in the diagram. It's going to be useful. It's going to be very useful when you do it in this way. Okay, right. Any questions so far? Any questions? Right. Part B of this question. Let's look at that carefully. The teacher told Aruni to write an odd number which is greater than 0 and less than 10, and Varuni to write an even number which is greater than 0 and less than 10. So we know how to write that, even numbers and odd numbers. They are saying calibrate the axis. So you need to draw the axis x and y in the figure, indicating all the numbers that Aruni and Varuni can write, and mark the elements of the sample space on the given grid with X. Express the event represented by A in words. So first what we'll do is we'll draw this, the grid. So draw the grid. There are two people, Varuni and Aruni. Aruni is going to write all the odd numbers from 0 less than 10. Varuni is going to write all the even numbers from 0 less than 10. Okay. So we're going to draw X and Y axis. Okay. Right. Please use a ruler. So I'm going to use a ruler. Please use a ruler just to save some time quickly and neat work. So we'll take this on the x-axis, we'll take it as Aruni, numbers of Aruni, and this side we'll take it as Varuni. Okay. So Aruni, all odd numbers from 0 less than 10. So 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Varuni has got all even numbers, right? Okay. So 2, 4, 6, and 8. Don't include 10. Why? They are saying even numbers less than, greater than 0, less than 10. Okay, so the axis should look like this, calibrated from X and Y. And also remember, they have marked a point here, which is A. This point over here, they named it as A. First, they're asking you to show all the sample space, all the elements of your sample space. So that means, what are they saying? If Varuni takes the number 1, Varuni can write 2. If Aruni writes the number 1, Varuni writes 4. So these are all your sample space. You need to write it with an X. Right? These are your sample space that they are asking very clearly to mention. Okay. Then they are saying, write, express the event represented by A in words. This they want you to represent in words. Right? So what is that? What are they trying to say over here? They are saying A, Aruni can write the number 5. Aruni can write the number 5 and Varuni can write the number 4. That's what you need to express in that. Aruni can write the number 5 and Varuni can write the number 4. So 5 here and 4 there. So that is what you need to mention in words. Okay. Then next, by considering that both Aruni and Varuni write correct numbers, circle on the grid the event of the number which Aruni writes is greater than the number which Varuni writes and find its probability. So what are they saying? The number that Aruni writes has to be greater than what Varuni is writing. So if Aruni is writing the number 1, Varuni is writing all numbers which are greater than 1. So we can't take those. If Aruni is writing the number 3, Varuni is writing the number 2, so you can take that. Right? So we will circle all of those. So this 3, 4. So 3 is less. Okay, Aruni has to be greater than Varuni. 5, 2, 5, 4, 5, 6, not possible. 7, 2, 7, 4, 7, 6, 7, 8, not possible. Varuni greater. 9, 2, 9, 4, 9, 6, 9, 8. So these are your probability that Aruni is going to write greater than Varuni. Okay. Right. So now you need to write that in probability. Question number 2. Probability Aruni writes a number greater than Varuni. What is the probability she is writing greater than Varuni? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So your total sample space is 20. How do you calculate that? 5 multiplied by 4. Total sample space is 20. Probability that Aruni is writing greater than Varuni is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 over 20 or 1 over 2. That should be your final answer for question number 2 in question number 4. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? All right. Can we go on, or can I give you another 2 minutes? Right. Question number 5. Let's go on. Question number 5. Question number 5. The figure shows a pie chart indicating the intervals which contain the marks that a group of students in a class obtain from a total of 50 for a maths test. Okay. So that means the number of students who obtain marks in the intervals 10 to 20 and 40 to 50 are equal. Okay. Find the magnitude of the central angle of the sector that represents the students who obtain marks in the intervals 20 to 40. Right? Right. So let's just fill in the blanks first. So you have a circle here. This is 45 degrees, 10 to 20. This is a right angle, 0 to 10. This is 40 to 50. And this is 20 to 40. Okay. What are they saying? 10 to 20 and 40 to 50 are equal. So 10 to 20, 40 to 50 are equal. So this is also 45 degrees. Okay. Then they're asking you find the angle at the central over here for 20 to 40. Easy question. Easy question. You can see it's a straight line. If it's a straight line, then it's always going to be 180, but let's just make sure, right? So we know angles around the center is equal to 360. So you already know 45, 45 and 90. So 360 minus 90 plus 45 plus 45. That is 360 minus 45 plus 45 is 90 plus 90 is 180. 180 degrees. So this is going to be 180. That is the first part of the question. Right? Second part of the question, if 6 students have obtained marks in the interval 0 to 10, fill in the blanks in the given table. So quickly let's fill in the blanks in the given table. Right? Interval of marks is 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 50. Okay. Number of students. Number of students. So they are saying from 10 to 20, so sorry, 0 to 10, there are 6 people. Okay. We need to fill in the blanks. What is that for? Okay. Okay, guys, there's a link that has been shared in the chat. This is not for the old people. Old people are already in that group. The new people, if you're willing to going to join us, please click on that link and get yourself registered. Okay, so please join. Do that immediately if you're going to continue. You need to continue. So please click on that link. All right, so you can get into the group and all the information will be sent to you all. Okay, right. Again, the old people are already in the group, so no need. Only the new people who came today can join using that link, please. Right, next. So we need to fill in the blanks here. We know that 6 students are from 0 to 10. So that means here. So 6 students is 90 degrees. Okay. So if 6 students is 90 degrees, one student is going to be how many degrees? We'll just do for calculation. We want to find out these. So 90 divided by 6 is 15 degrees is equal to one student. Okay. Now we want to find out in each of these sectors how many students are there. So 10 to 20 is 45 degrees. So therefore 10 to 20, 45 divided by 15, 3 students are there over there. Okay. So 3 students is this. Then we also know 40 to 50 is the same. So 3 students here as well. 20 to 40 students we need to find out. 20 to 40, 180 divided by 15. 18 divided by 15 is 1. 30 divided by 15 is 2. So you have 12 students who are in this. Okay. Any questions so far? Quite easy. Okay. So if 6 students have obtained the marks in 0 to 10, fill in the blanks within the given table. Complete the histogram on the given system of axes such that the above information is represented. So let's put this information into a histogram, right? So we'll draw that here. So we'll take number of students on this side. So number of students from 0 to how much have they taken to 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And number of students. So y-axis. Then onto your x-axis, 0 to 10. Zero to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, sorry, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. And this is your interval of marks. Okay, interval of marks. Now what they're asking guys is to show this as a histogram, 0 to 10, 6 students. So 0 to 10, 6 students. Right, 0 to 10, 6 students. Then 10 to 20, 3 students. So 10 to 20, 3 students. Okay, 10 to 10, 20, 3 students. And 20 to 40 people. Now be careful. 20 to 40 is 12 people. 20 to 40 is 12. But can you see the class interval? There is a gap of 20. 2 times this. This is 0 to 10, 0 to 10. Next one is 20 to 40. It's a 20 gap. Right? So that means when you draw a histogram also, the data has to be divided by 2. Right? So here what you need to do, therefore you can say for 10, 20 to 40, you need to divide the data. How much is that? 12. You need to divide it by 2. You need to show it as 6 on the table. Right? So histogram. Please be very careful. This part you need to show that as half, right? 12, half of that. And then again back to 40 to 50, gap is only 10. So you can just draw the 3 here. So your histogram should look like this, guys. Okay. Please be careful how you draw this. Okay. Right. Question number 4. Question number 4 says, 2 of the students who obtained marks in the interval 20 to 40 in the above test obtained marks in the 40 to 50 in the next test. So who are gaining 20 to 40 here got 40 to 50 in the next test, while the marks of the rest of the students remained unchanged. Okay. If a new pie chart is drawn to represent this information, find the magnitude of the central angle of the sector representing intervals 20 to 40. Okay. Right. So how do we do that? So what are they saying? Let's read through that question again. 2 of the students, right? 2 of the students who obtained marks in the 20 to 40 category. So 20 to 40, there were 12. Okay. Right? 12. And in the above test, obtained marks in the 40 to 50 in the next test. So they have increased their marks. Right? While the marks of the rest of the students remained unchanged. So this area is staying the same. Even this is staying the same, but only coming from here to here. Right? They're asking you, if a new chart is to be drawn to represent this information, find the magnitude of the central angle of the sector representing 20 to 40. Okay. So how many children were there initially? This is question number 3. 20 to 40, there were 12 people. Right? So when 2 people went out, how many children are there? New 20 to 40 is 12 minus 2, which is 10. Okay. Now these 2 people did not go out of the group. They were still there. But only thing is, they shifted from here to this. Right. So what are we trying to find out? Now these 10 students out of the total number of students. How many students in total? 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 12 is 21. Plus 3 is 24. Totally there are 24 students. Now 2 are going from here. Minus 2, this is becoming 10. This is plus 2, this is becoming 5. That is the only change that is happening. Right? They're asking you, by doing this change, what is the central angle for 20 to 40. Now it's 180 by 2 people going from 20 to 40 to 40 to 50. What is the central angle that is going to come? The new one. So what do we need to do? We know for the new people 20 to 40, there are 10 students. Therefore, 10 out of 24 of 360 degrees. That's all. New set is 10 out of 24 of 360. How much is that? Divide this by 2, you get 5. Divide this by 2, you get 12. Okay. 360 divided by 12 is 30. 5 into 30 is 150 degrees. That is the new central angle for 20 to 40 people. Okay. Obviously, no, it was 180. When 2 people went out, it has reduced from 180 to 150. Okay, guys. Right. It's 9:40. Right. So that is paper 1 of your first lesson here today. So what we will do is we will come back and we will continue with the rest of the papers. There are plenty to do. I will forward you the paper that we were doing last week, guys, the new children. We didn't do that mainly because of you all, because you will be lost in between, right? So we will continue with that. It's just about 9 questions we did last week. We will continue from there. We will forward you the paper. And if you pay in full, then everything will be printed and sent to you all. Okay, so don't worry about it. Is there any questions? Are there any questions that you have? Any questions? Any questions you have? Right. So my humble request, don't leave early, always be there right to the end. So today I'm going to let you guys go because since you guys are new also, the other guys know it. I don't push it beyond 10 o'clock, right? Maximum we'll try to do 9:50, 9:55, and then I let you all go because I know it's tiring. End of the day, it's right closer to the late night. So I understand what your situation is. But the 2 hour, whatever hours that we do, 1 hour, 50 minutes or whatever, it will be solid work, a lot of questions to be completed, right? So anything to be asked from me? Okay, so right. So take care, bye-bye. I'll see you guys next week at the same time. And any questions, please WhatsApp me and we should be okay. Right, so take care, good night, and stay safe.